Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to Saving Often. I am Rick, and we are continuing our playthrough of Goblins Quest 3. Where last we left off, Blount made it off of the flying ship, found his way to an idol, met the beautiful Winona, and then proceeded to beat up some guards with a golf club before being devoured by a wolf at the behest of the evil King Bod. And that was all in just 2 screens. So here we are now, and we are dead. So we need to find out what is going on. There is nothing to see here, but there are rough areas that I can find if I hover my mouse over them. And down here is a little patch of pixels which denotes a box of matches. Okay, now we have the matches. That's all that we have. So there's a rough area right here. Let's check that out first. Looks to be our tombstone. It's not looking good so far. There's another one up here. Scroll the screen over. Looks to be a bat of some kind. Let's try this rough area here. Skull. It's a very scary place. I don't know why death is always so scary. There's another one over here. Let's try this. Ah, there we go. A bowl. Okay, so here we are dead. There is a skeleton up here with a scythe. Dens of the will-o'-the-wisp. Bottle on a pirate skeleton. The old tombstone. A ladle. We should probably take this ladle. Let's see. The skull we saw before. A clown. Ugh. You know, I always thought that clown costume was on a coat rack, and I just realized that it's on a noose. Well, that's really grim. Okay, so a hung clown over here in the corner. He's got spectacles in his pockets, a syringe. Looks like a tube. Let's see. There's also a mirror down here. Another den of the will-o'-the-wisp. Let's see what this syringe does. Oh, it does nothing. Okay. Well, let's get these spectacles. Ah, okay. That's what the syringe does. Blood. Reading Ammoniac was here. Ammoniac was a character from Goblins 2.
This has been written with blood. It is still fresh.
You'd know Ammoniac was from Goblins 2 if your host was actually, you know, playing these in chronological order, but alas, I am not. Alright, so we need to figure out what we have to do here. I do recall that we need to get the will-o'-the-wisps from these dens and place them in this bowl. I think there's some way to get Blount to tell us that. The Bowl of Light. You know, let's check out this tombstone while we're down here.
I have the unpleasant feeling they want me to think I'm dead.
Okay. What does the bat have to say?
To get light, I must throw 3 will-o'-the-wisps into the bowl.
Okay. So there we go. That is our goal. We have to find the 3 will-o'-the-wisps, get them out of these dens, and get them into the bowl. So we can get the tip of our friend's scythe here. That gives us a nice sharp edge that I believe we can use to pry open these dens. Okay. So we can't just take the will-o'-the-wisps. We have to capture them. So as I recall, each one of these will kind of flutter near an area, and then we have to figure out what we need to do to incapacitate them so that we can take them. Yeah, the red one's going to hang out down here. And then I believe there's it's yellow, so this one should be blue. Okay, and there's our blue will-o'-the-wisp. So that's going to hover around that skull. Let's cut this Joker's syringe out of his hand so we can get these spectacles. Take that, you jerk. And hey, water. We'll take the water. Okay, now I think that the first one that we can get here is this yellow will-o'-the-wisp. This is probably the screen that I remember the clearest out of any of them. I know we have to set this wooden leg on fire, which attracts the yellow will-o'-the-wisp. We can't take it, so let's go ahead and put the fire out. And we can now pick it up. Okay, rock and roll. So this screen's kind of fun because you actually have to put these colors into the bowl in various configurations, and they do something different for each one. So this is going to turn the room yellow, and as you can see here, the O in ammoniac came out, so it is now a button. So with each color combination, something will change in this room, which is kind of a fun little thing. So let's head down here and push this O and see what it does for us. Okay, that releases the mirror. So, we now have a mirror. Let's see. I'd like to get this bottle from this skeleton. That's right, there's blood on here, and we can use the ladle on the blood. I remember that. Scoop some fresh blood off of the side of a wall within a crypt. Why not? And, I mean, totally on brand for a skeleton pirate to chug some blood. Okay. So now we can take this bottle. I think the bottle goes on this pedestal. Okay. So the bottle draws in the red will-o'-the-wisp, but we need something to capture it inside that bottle so that we can collect it. Let's see what we can do with this skull. Okay. Well, it just so happens that we've got these lovely spectacles. So let's just cover up the eye holes on the skull and pop it open. And just like that, we capture the blue will-o'-the-wisp. Excellent. I don't think I can take those back, can I? Oh, yeah, I can. Great. Wonder if I can put them on the bat. Want these? Guess not. Okay. So let's come over here and throw the blue will-o'-the-wisp in the bowl. Okay, the room is now green, and I see that a skeletal hand has popped up with what appears to be a cork.
It's a mushroom that has grown on the green hand. Looks like a cork.
Okay, well that's useful. So this cork can probably go on this bottle. And we successfully capture the red will-o'-the-wisp. Okay, so we need to put these 3 wisps in this bowl.
I must find a way to make this ray come back into the bowl.
I always love this moment here when you get all 3 colors and everything turns to its actual colors in the room. It's kind of cool to see everything totally colorized. Okay, so putting the 3 will-o'-the-wisps in the bowl causes a ray to fire out. We're going to need to get this ray to bounce around this room and find its way back into the bowl. So, let's see. I need the ladle to take one of these out. Oh, now we're purple. Okay. So purple causes a purple ghost to pop up.
It could be used as support to make the ray bounce.
All right. Well, I'm glad it's okay with that because that's what we're going to do. Let's try throwing the spectacles onto it. I guess that they can reflect light. Sure, why not? Let's throw that yellow wisp back in the bowl and see what happens.
I must find a way to make this ray come back into the bowl.
Okay, so it starts off by shooting over here. I wanted to try to see where it goes. Let's take the blue one out. And then put it back in.
I must find a way to make this ray come
Okay.
back into the bowl.
So that shoots over this way. I think that I know what we need to do here, but first, let's take that blue one out again and see if orange does anything in here. Does not look like it. What about pure red? Ah! Red invokes a red vampire.
The ray of light must bounce 3 times and come back into the bowl.
Okay, well, let's grab the red wisp out of there and try just putting in the blue. That brings us a blue ghost. Let's see what our friend down here has to say.
The red, yellow, and blue will-o'-the-wisp together are not enough.
Okay, we already knew that. Okay, fair enough. So, how about blue? I don't remember if we've tried purple yet. Or, I mean red. I mean, why don't we try red? I don't think that we've tried purple yet. There we go. Purple doesn't seem to do anything. Okay. Let's go ahead and pluck this red fire out. And drop in the yellow will-o'-the-wisp to get our green hand back. And if you recall, we got a mirror that I think we can set into this hand to bounce the beam. So we have the mirror in the hand and we have the spectacles on the purple ghost. Let's go ahead and fire off this beam again and see where it goes next. Okay, so that went up here to the wall, which was where the red vampire was. So let's bring our red vampire back. He is missing a fang, missing a tooth, and we have a scythe part that looks suspiciously like a tooth. So let's see if we can't help him out. Okay. And with that, let me just save the old game here. We'll save it as death. Fair enough. And throw the will-o'-the-wisps into the bowl. See if we can get out of this purgatory.
After being delirious for 3 days, I was slowly regaining consciousness in a soft bed. I was saved.
Dear Unknown, thanks for helping me escape from King Bod. You really made him mad. We are lucky that those people saved you. I can't wait for you to heal, because I must go and find Forbalis, who now has the key to the maze. To find me, drink this extract to become a giant. The objects you are carrying will grow with you. I hope to see you again soon. Sincerely, Winona.
Being a giant is really handy. Here I am, close to a town.
Okay, so now we are giants. And it looks like they have a little dragon problem. So there is an inn up ahead. Got a burning building down here with a millstone and a pitchfork. Got a little water basin up here by this river. The orbit of the dragon den. The nostril of the dragon den. Let's see what else. There is a patch of thorns here, along with a knight. Looks like a big dragon trap here with some meat on it that apparently has not been particularly useful. The local castle and the king. We also have this little nice stone set up here. So while we're here, let's go ahead and put these beautiful rocks into our pocket. So now we have a dolmen and a stone. Still have our iron hand and our golf club and plunger, umbrella, and coin from earlier. So that's good to know. So let's come down here and talk to this king and see what he has to say. Oh, okay, we can't. But there's the roof of the princess. We can't get to her either, can we? Okay, well that's not as easy as I thought it would be. What about Chump? Good to see our buddy Chump again. Okay, no good for him either. Can try talking to this knight. But the thorns impede our progress. What if we threw this stone on top of them? Perfect.
He's scared of me because of my size. If only I knew his name.
I love that little guy.
He's scared of me because of my size. If only I knew his name.
Okay, sorry. Alright, so we need to find out more about the knight before we can do anything with him. And it doesn't look like I can do anything in here just yet, so... let's come over and grab this millstone. You know, it's funny. There are a lot of little differences in this GOG version compared to what I remember. I think that there were some additional changes or localizations that were made by Sierra when they released this game. I know they added Quest into the title just to make it a little more homogenous with their Quest series. Hopefully try to sell some more copies that way. But I've noticed a lot of little things too. Some of the nouns that they use to describe don't stack up with what I remember. Like I think that's a haystack. I don't recall it being called a millstone. And I know that the music at the beginning on the title screen was not there. At least the splash screen itself was there. The music might have been there, but the splash screen was different. So yeah, just some little differences that I'm seeing as I go. I also don't remember seeing the word orbit as a kid, so I wonder if they changed that as well. Anyway, I'm digressing. This millstone, I think I can plop into this basin, creating a sponge, which I can then use to put out the fire. And now I can grab this pitchfork. Wonderful. So using this pitchfork, I think I can get this meat off of this trap. Excellent. The trap is still exposed, the mechanism. They both know better. They're both wise to my bullshit. Okay, can I use the hand to spring it? I can. Okay. So, I think that I can take Chump and toss him on the lever. And fling him up here, and let's see if he can talk to the king. He cannot. But he's primed right above that mechanism, so I think that I can have Blount step up there. There we go. Perfectly logical. All right, let's see what the king has to say to us.
The local dragon has forgotten his promise and is destroying everything. We tried to give Memorum to the dragon, but nothing seems to attract him.
Okay.
The local dragon has forgotten his promise and is destroying everything.
Okay, so Memorum is a potion. I think it's like a memory serum. Oh, I didn't want to do that. All right, let's try this again. Throw Chump back on this lever. Spring the trap once more. Go stand up there and flip the mechanism again. Okay, now I wanted to click on this roof.
She begs me to help Knight Brayer throw in the thorns by the dragon.
Okay, the knight's name is Brayer. So, I think that we can now speak with the knight.
He tells me to try to make the dragon swallow this Memorum.
What a stud. Okay, so the knight gave us the Memorum. So that's what we needed to get this dragon to remember his promise. So there's an ear, an eye hole, and a nostril. And we have some meat, which can probably be used to do something with the dragon. The Memorum is going to have to go into this basin. So we can spike this water, and our goal is going to be to get the dragon to drink from the basin. Okay, so we can't just give him the meat. That's unfortunate. Can we throw it in the nostril? No. And what about the ear? Okay, so we can't do that either. All right, so we are pretty short on options here, although we do have another location that we can go to here, to the inn. So we might just need to proceed by now, or proceed for now. 'Cause I think we have to find a way to get the dragon drink from that basin. One thing that I did not do is check the Goblins news for this screen, so let's go ahead and do that right now. This headline is The Great Folly. I am happy to inform you that I am safe and I continue my trip as a giant. I must heal a dragon who has lost its memory and doesn't remember its pact not to attack its neighbors. Is your memory failing you? No problem. Drink a few drops of Memorum. Okay. So let's go ahead and check out this inn.
Hello, travellers and friends. My name is Pipepick, the mosquito. Oh, bad news. Your lovely friend, Winona, has taken a last ship from town. If only you could fly like me. Being a giant is nice, too. Except that when you want to get back to your regular size, you first become tiny. Tiny.
Okay, so the mosquito has explained to us a couple of things there. First and foremost, Winona has taken a ship out of town, so we are definitely on the chase here. Second off, being a giant is nice, but when you want to return to your normal size, you have to first become tiny. So as you can see, we are now very little among normal-sized people here. Have a bar patron over here. There's some paprika up on the shelf. Got a stone down here and a spoon. Go ahead and pick up this spoon while we're standing here. This is the captain from the ship that abandoned us to die in the air, so that'll be a fun conversation. We have a lovely lady named Corin sitting on this side of the table. She's got her sword in its sheath. Othello's placed down here, Othello being the rat in this cage. A fissure in the wall. A picture of Winkle holding a beer on the wall. I love that. There's a leash hanging by Othello's cage. Another customer over here. And a customer over here with his mug enjoying a bowl of sugar cubes. Okay, so we have some things to work with here. Let's start by reconnecting with our good friend, the captain.
This scoundrel of a captain apologizes for abandoning me on the ship. He won't fly again as long as it's raining stones. He could help me, but I first have to find a note he lost.
Okay, so that sets up another goal for us. We have to find the captain's notes, and then he will help us. So, that paprika would be lovely for the meat that we have. That could probably get the dragon to drink from the basin. Let's talk to Corin.
Her name is Corin. She's a warrior with magical powers.
She will help me if I find a pretty stone to replace the jewels she lost.
Well, it just so happens that we have a very pretty stone.
She offers to let me look for Winona in her magic knob.
Okay. That would be the knob of her sword. So this is going to set up a fun little vignette for us, where we're going to meet a new character. But first, I'm going to save my game, because this is saving often. Let's take a look in Corin's sword.
He doesn't want to give back the key to the maze that I got from Father.
Okay, another new screen. So now we are playing as Winona. Winona has chased Forbalis to the top of this tower. He has the key, which she's trying to get, and our goal here will be to retrieve it from him. So what do we have here? We have some flint behind this monk, a powder keg, a door, a little beast, a pan flute. I don't even want to try to pronounce his name because I don't know how. The Inca, we'll just call him the Inca. Better than botching that. The remains of a conquistador. Again, I don't remember him having a name. I just remember seeing the Inca. I remember that was a reference to the Cocktail Vision game, The Inca. I read that somewhere. Anyway, a stone head with a hollow down here, a rock over here, some sticky bark, and this whole construction atop which perches Forbalis.
He doesn't want to give back the key to the...
Okay, fine. You dick! What a jerk. Alright, let's start working our way through this screen. This door probably just leads over to there. And I love the whole framing of this as Blount's looking in from the outside of the sword hilt. I love the fact that this is all happening inside of a sword hilt. This is where we're seeing things. I've never seen a magical sword hilt before. I don't know why we don't see that more often. Let's start by coming up here and grabbing some powder from the keg. More than enough. Can I get this flint? Okay, same thing. Now, there's a wand down here. Let's grab the wand. And I bet we can use that to knock this flint down from up here.
I am Uya, the magician. I'm hiding. I have been mugged by Forbalis. He stole my bag of magic spells. I'm scared thinking he will use them.
All right, there's a little sidekick for us, Uya the Magician. So now we have two characters that we can work with here. I love all the little sidekicks that you get throughout this game. Let's go ahead and grab this flint. And before I forget again, check out the news for this page. This is titled Last Limit. Thanks to the knob of Corin's sword, the pretty magician warrior, I see Winona fighting Forbalis. The traitor wants to be the guardian of the maze instead of Winona. Now he has the key. To the collector, a sure and always valuable item, the boucassier feather. And I think that I forgot the one for the inn as well. So let's read the inn's newspaper. Encounters of the third kind. I went in an inn close to the city located at the border of Folianderland. Because of the powerful bombing that, according to the captain, keeps all ships from flying, I must find another means of transport. Drink the blue beer, Winkle, the funniest and most impertinent soft drink to be found. Wait, drink the blue beer, Winkle. Okay. We're not telling Winkle to drink the blue beer. There's a blue beer called Winkle. Okay, fine, I'm overthinking this. Let's get back to it. So I wonder if we can send Ouya up here to chat with our buddy Forbalis. No, he's got nothing. Just an idle animation. Okay, so we have to take out this tower and get Forbalis down from up there. Let's talk to the Inca. Oh, I'm still using Ouya. He's not going to do anything for us. Let's take Winona up to talk to the Inca.
He is the last of the Incas. He sings the lost splendor of his people.
The last of the Incas, huh?
He is the last of the Incas.
The lost splendor of his people, huh? Well, unfortunately for him, we are adventure game sociopaths. So we just get to bust his flute. What the hell is our problem?
He wants me to make another flute using my flint.
Yeah, we damn well should. Good lord. Well, now we have these small tubes next to this hollow. And if I try to pick one up, Winona puts it into the hollow. So let's see if I can use this flint to hammer him a new flute. Oh, this is a flute from the Andes. All right. Yeah, let's give him the flute. Okay, that summons a condor. I just can't believe what we just did. We just walked up to this nice man, just singing the songs of the splendor of his people, bust the crap out of his pan flute, and then make him some shitty little mini flute by banging a rock into it. Adventure games, man, adventure games. All right. So we've given him a new flute. We now have this pile of tubes. Let's grab Ouya. Well, first let's see if I can do something with these remains with Winona. I cannot. So let's go ahead and grab Ouya. Let's see if he can do anything with them. Nothing doing. Okay. Perhaps I can pry this helmet off. And I can. All right, excellent. Can I pick this one up? Okay, good. At least Winona knows how to pick up a damned helmet. All right, now let's take Ouya over here.
Has my magic bag. I can't transform anything.
Ouya can't do anything. All right. Okay, I'm starting to understand what's going on here. Let's see if I can interact with this little beast. Okay. Pluck some hairs from his back. And if it wasn't apparent yet, the item description for these hairs should tell you, if you see at the bottom of the screen, these are wicks. Yes, we are going to be building some dynamite and chucking it at Forbalis. So let's go ahead and set up another pipe. Pour some gunpowder in. Stick a wick. And light it with the flint. Nice. All right, so we took a little piece of his tower down. We have quite a bit here to go, though. There's a beam, there's a grate, there's a little window, there's a wall, and there's a door. And we still have to get that bag of magic spells back as well. So let's keep on throwing some dynamite at it and see what happens. How about at the small window? Looks like a little platform there, and nothing happens.
This little piece of dynamite is not powerful enough to destroy this.
Okay, so our dynamite isn't quite big enough. We're going to have to deal with that at some point, but for now, I think that we can still do some damage. Let's drop a wick. Light it, and let's aim at that beam this time, up here. Okay. We have 4 more points to go. But I have an idea. I think I know what I have to do with that condor. Let's pick up this flute once more, give it back to the Inca, see if he'll play it for us. And with Ouya primed up here on this stump, I think... Yep, he can ride the condor and retrieve his spells.
I got back my bag with magic spells, but Forbalus kept one of them.
Okay, that's a little ominous, but that's okay. At least we have our magic spells back. So he can do some fun stuff here, like cast a spell to lift up this rock and reveal this bamboo. He can also cast a spell on this skull, which is what I was trying to do before. Which will cause hair to grow from it, because why not? Let me see. I think I need to do something else with this bamboo with Ouya. Okay, not quite. Actually, I have a better idea. Let's make another stick of dynamite. And let's throw this at this rock. Alright, cool. So now the rock is gone, and now we can use Ouya to cast a spell on this bamboo, causing it to grow. And giving us a big tube. But we can only hold one at a time. So let's go ahead and take this big tube here and make a stick of big-ass dynamite. Throw in some gunpowder, pop in a wick.
It's the last one. I will have to find more to finish my work.
Okay, so we've already accomplished that. Oh, he gets rid of the little beast. Okay, so yeah, we've already actually accomplished this puzzle. These hairs will suffice as wicks with the beast being gone. Forbalus, you can't stop us. We are too powerful. Let's toss this big brick of dynamite at this window, and away it goes. Okay, so now we have a bit of a problem. I've taken out everything with a ledge, but the rest of this is just a flat surface. So we need to find a way to get that dynamite to stick. And if you were thinking that the solution to this puzzle would be to strike this sticky bark with a rock, collect the sap inside of a helmet, and use that as glue to stick the dynamite to the tower, well, I have great news for you. You are absolutely right. kicking it with the flint reveals some bird lime. Again, it was sap, not bird lime, in the American version that I played. So let's go ahead and collect that. And we already have another big tube, so let's go ahead and load a big tube into the hollow. Sprinkle in some gunpowder. Oh, pluck some fresh wicks from atop the skull. Stick one into the big tube. Drip on some bird lime. Light it up and throw. And it stuck to our hand. Okay, that's not good. Let's try this again. Let's just try this again. I have a suspicion this is still not going to work. Oh no, it works this time. Marvelous. Maybe it was just that first time that did it? I don't remember. So we have a couple more to go. We've pretty much already solved this puzzle now. Just have to wrap up these couple of loose ends. So sprinkle in the gunpowder, pop on the wick, slide on the sap, spark with the stone, and throw at the door. Kaboom. We'll get one more. The small tubes might work for some of these. It might have only been for the metal grates, but, you know, if you have the option of big dynamite or small dynamite, I know which one I'm choosing every time. Okay. And with this, we will finally pull Forgetful down from his perch. Okay, he's given up the key. He is surrendering.
Forgetful transformed my darling into a butterfly. I must find her fast.
Okay, so that rotten rat bastard saved one last trick from Ouya's magic bag and transformed Winona into a butterfly. We are going to have to find her and convert her back to a human. So we have a couple of things that we have to do here now. We need to find a note for the captain. We need to give the memorum to the dragon, and ultimately we need to find Winona. We have one more screen that we can visit here, which we will check out the next time on Saving Often. I want to thank you for watching. Part 3 will explore the next, half hour or hour or so of Goblins 3. Really, really enjoying this. Again, like I said in the first part, this is a lot of fun to go back through this game. starting to press up against the limits of what I can remember. I remember up through town, and then after that, everything's kind of hazy. So, real excited to get into the rest of this game. I hope that you're enjoying it. It's got some obtuse puzzles. Not everything makes sense, but it's just got so much charm. I love this game so much. It's a joy to play through again, and I just love the quirky comedy of the whole thing, and the lack of typical Sierra bullshit is nice too. So. Again, hopefully you're enjoying. I hope you'll come back again for the next part. Thank you very much, and as always, save early and save often.